Alright, good morning learners and my fellow educators for music and performing arts. This is grade 9 revision, Kjsea, and we start with the performing arts area, which is music. The first question, performance of a folk song involves interaction of various components. Which one of the following is a component of a folk song? So the first component of a folk song, articulation, no. Dynamics, no. Instrumentation, yes. We need to know the instruments because different communities have different instruments. Instrumentation is the correct one. Then below is the first half of a four-bar rhythm. Which of the following options makes an appropriate second half? Look at it. 3/4 time signature, which means 3 beats per bar. Let's go to number 1. A, 1, 2, 3. That one is not correct. It is very correct, but now look at the last bar. 1, 2. A minimum has 2 beats, so that one is wrong. When we come to B, a crochet 1, pairs of quavers 2, 1, 1 plus 1, 2. It's not balanced, we leave it out. And C, crochet 1, minimum 2. So 1 plus 2, 3. That one is balanced. 2 pairs of quavers, that is a half plus a half, 1 plus 2, which is minimum, that is 3. So the correct answer, which is balanced for the last bars, 2 bars, is C. Question number 3. A group of learners listened to a melody and noted the following features. It was easy to sing, it was easy to dance to, it was easy to remember, it had a balanced phrases. So which one of the above features constitute of qualities of a good melody? So when we talk about melody, melody is all about singing. So we should not consider dancing. We shall eliminate number 2, which was it was easy to dance. So the first one, it was easy to sing, correct. Number 3, correct. Then number 4, correct. Which is the correct answer there is B, 1, 3, and 4. Then pitch in music refers to, of course, pitch refers to highness or lowness of a sound. The correct answer is A. Then which of the following musical terms is not correctly matched with corresponding sign? A flat, A is correct. Sharp, correct. Crochet is correct. Loud, loud is not correct. Okay, so a crochet correct, sharp is very correct, flat is very correct. The one which is not correctly matched is D. A learner listed the following as features of a scale in music. Starts with E and ends on G, has 3 sets of semitones, has a sharp on F and has a total of 8 notes. 8 notes, has a sharp on note G. Which 3 of the features above correctly describe the scale of G major? G major, we say G major has starts with G and ends with G. That is 1. The number 3 sets, no, we don't have 3 sets of semitones. It is tone, tone, semitones, tone, 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 semitone 2. So we omit number 2. We go to 3, has a sharp on F, that is correct, and the last one, and has a total of 8 notes. So it is 1, 3, and 4. We have such. Yes, the correct answer is G, 1, 3, and 4. It doesn't have a sharp on note G. That's why you're leaving. Zedo performed a Kenyan folk song for assessment. The teacher noticed that his voice could not be heard properly. Which vocal technique did Zedo have a problem with? That one is projection. If you are not being heard, you are not projecting the voice very well. So the correct answer is B. Learners tap the rhythm below while reciting the corresponding French rhythm names. That's a 3/4 rhythm. So which of the following is a French rhythm names of the rhythm recited by the learners? The first one is a crochet, which is ta. Then 2 quavers, tate, and another ta. Then we go to the second part, tate, tate, ta. Then the last one is ta, ta, ta. So let's see which one is moving. Ta, which is C, tate, ta, C is wrong. So let's start with B. Ta, tate, ta, then tate, tate, ta, 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 ta. The correct answer is B. The correct answer is B. Study the diagram of a keyboard shown below and answer the question that follows. Identify the notes marked X and Y. We said if the keyboard starts with 2 black keys, the first note is C. Then if it starts with 3 black keys, the first note is F. So in this case, this one has started with the 2 black keys. And remember also 2 black keys holds 2 notes, which is a sharp and a flat. So let's start with C. We go to X is D. So what's the equation? That is X and Y. Already we have gotten X is D. Let's continue. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So Y can be, it is between A and B. So which can be A sharp or B flat? Let me see. We have D and B flat. So the correct answer is A. D and B flat. Number 10. Creative arts and sports play various roles in the society. Which one is not a social role? So when we look at social role, we look at the community-wise, not monetary value. So to create employment, that one is economic. Promote unity, of course, preserve culture. Of course, it's a social, then promote patriotism, that one is social. Then the odd one is create employment. Employment is monetary value, and therefore that one goes to economic role. Number 11, during a music lesson, grade 7 learners tapped various rhythms. They incorporated 3 of the aspects below, except dash. So A, beat, duration, interval, tempo. They are tapping the rhythms. They incorporate 3 of the following aspects, except one. We need to incorporate beat, the duration, and we have interval and tempo. What they did not incorporate there is interval, because beat is there, duration of the beats also is there, very important, and tempo as well. Which of the following notes is correctly matched with its rests? Semi-brief? No, that is not for semi-brief. That is for a minim. Then minim? No, that is for semi-brief. Crochet? No. And quaver? No. So we have a problem with that question. Crochet? Oh yeah, crochet. Crochet is very correct. Crochet when you use a walking stick, so crochet is very correct. The correct answer is C, crochet. Which one of the following is not a component of a story? Backdrop, plot, setting, theme. Of course, backdrop is not a component of a story. Mzee Mulwa was involved to tell a story to grade 7 learners. His story had the following: a sad song, clear plot, happy ending, and a funny character. Which one of the following characteristics is a quality of a good story? I believe it is of happy ending as well. Happy ending, sad song, clear plot, happy ending, a funny character. Should not be necessarily funny, but it should be a happy ending, which is number 3A. Then a person in a verse is known as dash, a character in a verse, performer of the verse, the setting in a verse, the writer of the verse. A persona is the voice in the verse, which is speaking. So that one is the narrator. When we talk about a persona, we will talk about several character. Persona is an performer of a verse or the voice in the verse. The character are those mentioned characters differently when we are talking in the verse. Then we come to number 16. Mima used a song while telling a story to her fellow learners. Identify the role that the song played in the story. When we are using a song. It lengthened the duration. No, it engaged the audience in the story. It identified the culture of audience. It made the audience to dance. No, it engaged the audience in the story. The song also keeps the audience um, being engaged, like they can sing along with the narrator and all that. Part 2, we start sports. 4 learners performed races are shown in the table below. Who among the 4 learners performed a middle distance races? Middle distance, we start from 8 to 1500. So Amos is the one who performed a middle distance race, which is 800 meters. The following are steps followed during javelin activity: throwing, aiming, standing, position, following through. Which one is the correct order of the activity? So we start with standing position, then aiming, throwing, then following through. That is 3, 3, 2, 1, then 4. The correct answer is B. The main reason why learners engage in sports activities is to A. Develop teamwork through group activities, learn rules of the various games, maintain a healthy life through physical fitness, promote body growth and development. Main is develop teamwork through group activities, which is A. Then in game of football, players shoot when they dash. They are under pressure to score from the defenders now. They are under pressure to score from their teammates now. Have the ball and near the goal. They have the ball and an opportunity to score. The correct answer is D. Have the ball and opportunity to score. Then when practicing the skill of passing the ball in handball, the captain asks the team to 1. Stand with the feet shoulder width apart. Hold the ball with both hands and spread the fingers. Bring the ball to the side of the hip and bend the elbows. Swing backwards and then forward, then pass the ball. The type of the pass performed by the team is front pass, flick pass, jump pass, side pass. That one is side pass. That one is side pass. Then during a lesson, learners watched a video clip showing 15,000 meters race. They observed that the race is a dash. 15,000 is not, that one is a middle distance race where athletes run for 3.5 laps on the field. The correct answer is C, middle distance race. Then volley is one of the basic skills used in a game of volleyball. The following are steps followed when performing a volley. Stand with feet shoulder width apart, position the hands, follow through, transfer the body weight, then contact the ball. Which one of the following is the correct order? Order, when we talk about order again, it is always stand with shoulder feet apart, then position, contact the ball, then position the hands, transfer the body weight, and follow through. That is the correct order. Then a grade 9 teacher advised the learners to practice the skill of triple jump. Which of the following options shows the correct arrangement of the steps followed when performing triple jump? Steps: approach, takeoff, flight, landing, which is B. Okay, the correct answer is B. A grade 9 sports teacher introduced the skill of kicking the game of rugby. The teacher asked the learners to demonstrate the kicks as follows: Juma, place kick; Zubeira, punt kick; Amani, drop kick; then Zawadi, grab a kick. Which learner demonstrates the kick that is performed by releasing the ball and kicking it before it touches the ground? That one is drop kick. Who is that? That's Amani. Before touching the ground, Amani, D. Then during the inter-school basketball competition, Kiptanui was declared the best player of the year. The teammates hugged him and sang songs to celebrate him. The teammates showed what we call love. They showed love to him. Then grade 8 learners were put in groups of 5. Each group was asked to discuss fair play in sports. Which of the following could they have discussed? Which of the following could they have discussed? A. Competition and responsibility. Remember, they are discussing about fair play, competition and responsibility. B. Tolerance and respect. Respect and contest, competition and tolerance. So here we have tolerance and respect as the correct choice, which is choice B. Then during a sports lesson, learners explain the reasons why they should not use drugs to help them improve their bone performance. Which one of the following is the best reason given by the learners? Drug gives advantage to the performer. Drug leads to wastage of money. Drug use leads to lateness in school. Drug leads to poor performance in academics. Some drug can boost the performance of the performer, and it's illegal. But now when we come to school-wise, it can also lead to poor performance in academic. It can lead to poor performance in academic, which is D. Then visual arts. Nemo researched on the components of 2D visual arts in focus to concept of positive space in art. Positive space refers to the area below the objects, the area surrounding the object, the area occupied by the objects, and the depth created by overlapping. Positive space. Positive space refers to the area surrounding the objects. Then a group of learners were discussing on various types of balance found in artworks. Which type of balance has the elements equally distributed on either side of the vertical axis? Either side of the axis, when they are equally distributed, that is symmetrical balance. Then looking at the artwork, what artistic principle distributed? Here when we look at this one, we have balance, we have harmony, we have rhythm, have contrast. There we have rhythm. And a group of learners designed the school's new badge. They mix primary color with adjacent secondary color. What is the resultant? Is it tertiary? That one will give us tertiary colors. And then during a class discussion on the principles of design in art, Ronnie asked why focal point is important in artwork. What is the answer? What answer would you give, Ronnie? It creates sense of balance, it attracts the viewer's attention, it adds complexity to the artwork, determines the texture of the artwork. Actually, it attracts the viewer's attention. Focal point. Then analyze the reproduction below of a type of drawing. That one is still life drawing of non-moving objects. Then which one of the following options correctly defines that objects that have length, width, and height? Height, that is form, length, width. Which one of the techniques in options is used in creating wooden sculptures? That one is carving, which is B. That's 7. A set designer has used a blue coach for a scene. Which color should the costume of a character sitting on the crotch to be to attract? Sorry, let me repeat this question. A set designer has used a blue coach for a scene. Which color should the costume of a character sit on it? Sitting on the couch to attract the most attention. So we have red, green, yellow, and orange. Which color can blend with blue? You look at the color that blends with the blue to get the correct answer there. Then look at the sculpture below. How many dimensions does it have? A sculpture always has 3 dimensions, okay? Then a company requires a sequence of drawing for energy drink where an athlete takes a sip. Which term refers to each image in a sequence of drawing? These ones I'll leave for you to give me the answer for number 39 and also number 40, which is the last one. Number 39, can you read it again? A company requires a sequence of drawing for an energy drink where an athlete takes a sip. Which term refers to each image in the sequence of drawing? That one, give me the answer. Drop the answer in the comment section. Also this one, drop the answer. Number 40, you are in the process of printing on a fabric using one color. Why is it important to make registration marks on the fabric before printing? Also this one, give me the answer in the comment section. So that one is part one and of this revision paper, and the next paper we are going to discuss the structured questions. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and follow me all over the channels so that you can learn more about creative arts and sports, both in junior school and primary. See you when you see me next time. Make sure you subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you for watching, and I believe you have learned.